Hello Sagittarius, welcome back to my channel if you're returning. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. This will be your life reading. So I've already shuffled and laid out the cards, so let's have a look and see what's coming in for you. So I'm going to start here with the third house. This is an area of your life which will be affected. We've also got the seventh house and the fifth house. So third house deals with a number of things. It really is about mostly communication. So this can be all forms. So this can be your voice or speaking. It's also written, or it could even be online, because electronics and the internet and everything to do with that falls in under the third house. So all forms of communication. It can also be to do with contracts and documents, something coming in to do with that. And it's the possibly research around that or communications about that, exchanging ideas, learning in all forms comes in as well. But it's also about perception and understanding and getting to grips with things, but also communicating on it could be on a bigger scale or a smaller scale. It can be to do with certain members of your family. This can be general relatives, aunts, uncles, cousins, but also siblings. Siblings is mentioned again, and it can also be neighbors. So there's lots of things. It can also cover travel. This is normally like excursions and things outward, but you've also got the Mercury card, so this can also be travel, in the general sense, and then possibly when you get to your destination, you could be doing other aspects of travel, like excursions within the area. You also have the Eight of Spring here, which does also cover travel, so it seems to me like that is a possibility for you. But otherwise, I think it's, journeys around, possibly by car, that is ruled by the third house and by Mercury involving, but it's a bit more of a trip. It requires planning of some sort and possibly maps and planning your days and things. This is not just a simple journey from A to B. This is a bit more complex than that. It's also to do with, possibly social settings, anything to do with that, and also your thinking processes. And it's, the third house is ruled by Mercury, and we have Mercury here. So at the bottom, you've got the Sun Spirit card. This is the most positive card. There's a 1 there. Maybe that is significant for you, in whichever, it could be a timing thing. But the Sun is a really, really positive, very, very positive card to be getting. This is really all things going your way. It's a very positive, very uplifting card. There's a lot of personal power that comes with this, so it's very influential, a very charismatic energy, which you could be embodying at this time. So it's like you could be imbued with like a radiance, or being an influencer of some sort, or your profile could be raised because you're in the communication house. You could also be just glowing, really, with life force, with health, with just some sort of life force enhancement comes in with the Sun. It's also just feeling good, happiness, joy. All of these things come in with this card, and this energy. It's also, in some ways, it's about being responsible for the energy that is coming to you now. So being responsible about, this wonderful charismatic energy that you may be radiating, or that the fact that you have a lot of influence at this time. It's saying that it does come with a responsibility where you use that in a noble and honorable way, but be humble. There's no room for ego and pride with this, although you may be feeling very, very powerful at this time. It's also to do with creativity and children, so that may be to do with a position that you're applying for, or you're just using your creativity in many different ways. Remember, we are all born creative, so we use that in 100 different ways every day. Children may be coming in with this as well, and children comes in again. So this may just be you discussing children, or you're discussing aspects to do with children. You could be a teacher, or you could be wanting to have children or start a family, or they could be included in some kind of celebration which you may be planning for the, for a period. So this is some kind of event or some kind of coming together, some kind of, event which is important to do with you and your family, or to do with other aspects of your life. It could be an event which involves extended family, friends, something like that. But it normally is something to do with that. You could be involved in the planning of that or be thinking about it. But it's a very positive energy. Really, there's nothing negative about this. It's joy and happiness. So whatever is coming in for you, whether it's a contract or a document or some communication, you could be hearing news at this time. You could be receiving news. Something is coming in for you, and you're going to be very, very happy about that. Very joyful energy coming in here. Then we also have Pele, divine passion. So be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So in this heart, I feel that there is some kind of decision that needs to be made, or something that you want to move forward on, or a choice that you're trying to make. And with the Mercury, you're going to be using your mind. You're going to be doing research, looking at different things, following different options, exchanging ideas, talking to others, getting more facts and figures, things like that. Or it could be to do with writing as well. And there's some sort of choice that you need to make. But what it is saying is that you need to follow your heart. Okay, no matter what, follow your heart. And there may be something deep within that needs to come out. Now, this could be an expression, so like an opinion or a point of view, or it could be just your authentic self rising up in you now, something you need to say. It could be an expression, as I said. You could be very influential, as I said, at this time. So you may be really talking to a bigger platform. Whatever it is, there's something that needs to come out. And this, as I said, could be to do with a choice or a decision, or it could just be something that needs to be expressed. Now, this can be an emotion, or it could be an action that you want to take, and there's this emotion that's bringing it out. But it's saying that you need to make a choice. You need to be honest, okay, about what is really going to be right for you. So I feel that when you are presented with this choice or this contract or this document, or you're hearing this news, you follow your heart, you follow what is really going to do it for you, what is really going to bring this joy and excitement and happiness in for you, and follow that choice or follow that avenue. And this may involve speaking out. This may involve speaking your truth. We have got the Mercury mind and the Mercury energy here, and that can also be about speaking your truth. What is really in your heart, what you really need to say, or making a choice that is heart-based, okay? So follow your passion. Do not suppress or procrastinate or ignore a dream. This can also be a dream that you have. So don't ignore it or put it on the back burner. You must go after whatever it is now at this time for you. Very, very important. We have also got the Eight of Spring. So as I said, this is the Fairy Tarot. Stress that comes from having many things happening at once. Successful multitasking, sudden events or changes. So something coming in for you, which is going to bring about a change. It's going to be sudden. It's going to be very quick. Some change or some event or something occurring, and there's lots of things that need to be done around this. So this is multitasking. The third house and Mercury are wonderful at that. They'll be able to cover many, many things. Your mind is going to be, working very, very fast, and you're going to have to be talking and arranging and organizing and maybe even traveling and doing research, and all of these things are going to come in. So, and as I said, travel is also likely here. It can also be receiving communication coming in for you, and this is really going to spark something. It's something that you could be waiting for. It could be news, or it could be news to do with you and your family or your person or whatever it is, but something is coming in and it's going to spark off things, but it's fast, quick movement. And lots of things happening all at once. So successful multitasking involves prioritization, prioritizing your time. That's going to be important because we have got sensitivity coming in here, and then also responsibility. Remember, that comes in with the Sun card. So this is about managing your time, doing many things at once, but doing it with a joyful and happy attitude, but nonetheless looking at details. With the third house and Mercury, details are going to be important, okay? With the Mercury rules the third house. So again, travel, excursions, travel related to cars and maps, things like that. But also, this may be, it can be a little bit tricky, this energy. So there may be certain things that you need to double check or be careful of. And that's why the detail is coming in. So be careful, go over everything, do your research, get your information, find out whatever you need to do to make your decision or to follow a course of action here. It can also be speed, which is also being echoed, as I said, by the Eight of Spring card. So there's speed coming in here. This is thinking, applying your mind to the situation, hearing and receiving information, but also seeking it out, talking to others, networking, contacts. And again, this contracts and documents come in, and siblings come in here as well. So you may be involved in that in some way, shape or form. You know, it's all things to do with communication. Remember, Mercury is the messenger of the gods. So however it's coming in for you, very, very important. Technology, electronics, the internet, all of that coming in here. It can also, as I said, be about speaking your truth or discerning the truth. Mercury can be very much about discernment. So it's important that you understand this and you bring it in, or ask somebody else to help you with that, because somewhere in there could be something that just needs to be made quite clear. And this is why you have double air influence, your Mercury and the third house. Now, we have got the seventh house here. So this is everything to do with relationships. So this can be any close personal one-on-one relationship. So this is normally a committed love partnership. So this is not a love affair is mentioned here, or the possibility of one, but this is normally some sort of commitment. So you could be going from a love affair to commitment, or you may be already in a committed relationship, love affair, going to something like an engagement or a marriage or something like that. Or if you are already in a committed relationship, it's all the mechanics of that. But it can also be some other person that is close to you at this time, somebody that you're, it could be a best friend, or it could be somebody else that's in, you know, it could even be a business partnership, or somebody that you are talking one-on-one to. It can also be the lower courts coming in as well. So some sort of legal situation may be there as well, but it's all forms of relating. Now, we have got here the Grand Trine Blessings card. So this is a lovely card coming in. This is showing flow. This is showing harmony, progression. There could be closure coming in here to the seventh house. So there could be closure coming in. So something could be wrapping up. Then you're moving forward on in other ways and other things with other people, whatever the situation is. But it can also be completion of something. So it could be completion of a relationship or a project that you and your person have been working on, a cycle, whatever the situation is. But it can also indicate that a block or blocks or hurdles that you've had up until now are now going to be dissolving or falling away. They're just going to be lifted away somehow, and that provides the flow, the free flow forward. It can also be that good fortune is coming in, blessings of some sort, whatever is appropriate for you in this house. So it could be applying to a legal situation. So a legal situation could be wrapping up now. But it's saying that there's flow here. It can also be stirring up of your inner talents and abilities and things like that, things that have been inherent in you that you haven't really focused on. This is something that you're just naturally good at, or it could be just rising to the surface where you suddenly realize you really are good at something. And this can be in your relationship house, regards to relating to others. This is a very necessary skill, especially when you've got the communication, they've got the communication house and you've got Mercury here. So this could very well be to do with negotiating things between you and your person, or in business, or whatever the situation is. But the one caveat with this is that even though you've got blessings coming in, and this flow will bring blessings, the blessings are not going to manifest if you just become complacent or you just sit back and let the energy take you. You still have to steer your ship. You still have to anchor these blessings down, or these opportunities, or whatever it is that's coming in for you. And if it's a completion or a closure or something, take a breather, but then keep on with what it is that you need to do. You still need to steer the ship. This will give you the blessings, and this will give you the flow, and this flow will take you many, many places, but you've actually got to follow up follow through, follow up, and bring the blessings home. Actually anchor them home. And this can be a really wonderful, wonderful, blessed time coming in for you. With the Tamara guiding children, you are good at helping, counseling, and healing children. Use your skills to help children now. So this could be your own children or children around you at this time, or it could be that you're involved with another person, or you perhaps you're blending a family and there are children involved, or you are starting a family. So it could be to do with that, and it's saying that you have skills in this regard. So you have some way, or perhaps a way that relates to children, whether your own children or other children. It could be family. It's saying that you have skills in this regard, and it's needed very much at this moment. It can also be in some way in the 7th house that you need to get in touch with your inner child, which may have been wounded through previous relationships or some other issues that have gone on in your life up until this point. And it's saying that your inner child needs to be included. Now, this could be about being, relating, how you relate to others. Perhaps you need to be a little bit more in your child energy, which is very much in the moment, joyful, present, living for the moment, and that lovely playful energy, to bring that in. And that will, that could very well be ignited by this, but it could also be it could be a blessing that is coming in for you to do with this. Perhaps you are now getting in touch with your inner child, and this is going to bring a blessing in for you. This is going to help you relate better, whatever it is. It's saying bring this childlike energy in, or if you've got children around you, communicate with them. You have a way of getting into the aura of the child, and actually, communicating with them on subtle levels and guiding them and assisting them in some way, shape, or form, which is beneficial. Okay. It could also be that you are now talking about children, or you're wanting to start a family, and this is saying that blocks and problems that you may have had before, or hurdles, or whatever it is, may be coming in for you now, where you can actually move forward with that. But if you're a mature person, you have grandchildren or whatever, it could be connecting with your grandchildren. So just take that as it resonates there. Now, we have also got here the 5th house. So this is the house of all things recreational. It's anything that is joyful and happy and pleasurable for you, any kind of recreational activity. It could be a sport, it could be pleasurable activities, as in romance and all of those things that go with that. It can be sort of entertainment or having fun, just really enjoying yourself at this time. But it also has a creative element. So creativity is coming in again here. It came in earlier. It can also be about your children. So if you've got children, again, relating to them, but it can also be bringing children into the world, and it can also be connecting to somebody else's children, But it can be a love affair. It can also be to do anything to do with like arranging some sort of event, or like having fun, or some sort of outing, or any kind of activity which is to do with either entertainment or a party, or some sort of creative endeavor around that. Now, with the Sun card, that did come up, that may be a family event or some kind of event that you're planning, may be coming in to do with this as well. And this is all the fun and the enjoyment of that. Children may be involved, family involved, but it's some kind of fun and pleasurable event. Or it could be an activity that you're planning. Now, it's also just about having fun, enjoying yourself with whoever it may be, and really enjoying your life and any kind of activity. It can also be about, to some degree, about taking a risk. So this could be to do with a love affair or some other kind of situation, or it could be to do with your actual children at this time. Now, we have got here tenderness coming in. So this could be to do with your person, or a relationship, and it could also be to do with your children or a love affair. And it's saying tenderness, but it can also be to do with your own inner child, which is also coming up here. And it's saying that tenderness needs to be brought in some way, shape, or form here. Now, that can be through your words, that can be through your actions, it can be through your activities, your fun activities, or it could be just spending time with children, or time with in that mode. You could be starting a family, whatever it is. It's saying that this needs to come in some way. But I do feel a lot of it is to do with being tender with yourself, looking after yourself, self-care, self-love, all of those things. Very, very important. Now we have got part of fortune. So this is saying that some kind of increase. This is fate and destiny. So if it's about starting a family or getting in the family way, something to do, or having a child, this is giving you some kind of boost or a gift or a reward or some kind of support. It could be something dropped in your lap, something that you didn't imagine would happen. It could, as I said, be some sort of supportive gift or just some kind of support coming in, which could be financial. It could be from other people rallying around you at this time, whatever it may be. But it can also be just, lady luck or fortune smiling on you at this time. Now, fortune can be many things to many people, so just take it as it resonates for you. But it's saying that there's some kind of energy coming in which is going to benefit you in some way. It can also be to do with being in the spotlight in some way. Now, with the fifth house, this can cover like the entertainment industry or being a performer or being sort of, involved in some way, creative industries or something like that. So you may be in the spotlight at this time, and it's saying that this can be coming in and it's going to bring other aspects in, other rewards attached to that, whether it's monetary or from a profile point of view or just notoriety of some sort. But you could very well be in the spotlight. If it's a relationship, it's saying that there's destiny and fate written all over this. And this will be you will want to stick with this relationship because you know that there's something important about it, and both of you together are stronger than if you had tried to do your, follow your life individually. There's something that you are learning together or supporting each other in at this time, which is you would not have been able to achieve had you done it separately. Okay, so it's important to stick with that, and you may just feel really fated or destined with this person. The other aspect of part of fortune is that it can stir up through a trigger or some kind of event. The fact that you have talents and skills which you have not really accessed before or you didn't know about. They could just be rising up. And this is saying that this is part of your destiny and your fate, something rising up, something in you that you can just do or you do really well. Now, however that comes in the fifth house, it could be creative, it could be to do with entertainment, but it could also be to do with some sort of risk factor. It could be to do with stock exchange, just understanding risk factors. It could also be to do with a sport or a recreational activity, handcrafts, whatever it may be. Okay, and it could just be also to do with children. So there are many aspects coming in, and you could also maybe work that for you from a financial point of view as well. That could be a part of your reward situation. Now, having said all that, there is a self-care element here. So I feel that whatever is coming in for you, whatever is getting triggered, is going to raise you up in some way, and it's going to perhaps bring in a lot of fun and enjoyment and happiness, and perhaps you're traveling and just enjoying yourself. But it's saying that with that, there is a caveat that you just need to be a little bit aware of your surroundings. Yes, by all means, have fun and enjoy yourself and enjoy whatever notoriety or activities that you're enjoying. But there is an aspect, white Taurus sensitivity. So she's saying that you are becoming increasingly sensitive. Avoid harsh relationships, environments, situations, and chemicals. So have fun, but do it in a wholesome and healthy way. And enjoy yourself, but don't overdo it because it's going to trigger. All right, there are going to be triggers. So just stay away from things that trigger you, what you're putting into your body, and whatever is going in, and also the environment. It could be people, it could be social situations, it could be things that just trigger you or exhaust you in some way. It could just be too much going on. And if you are in the spotlight and you're now suddenly very, very busy, it's saying that get this under control. Remove things from your environment which are triggering for you, or limit access to that. That's going to help you to cope. Okay, that's going to help you to enjoy this better than if you go overboard and take things into your body which are not actually going to help you, or just going to stress your immune system or your nervous system. So make sure that you are careful with that. Enjoy yourself, but look after your body. Self-care, sleep, and take adequate rest time in between the activities, and don't overdo it. Okay. And again, we've got also Ishtar, boundaries. So this is also to do with self-care. It's also to do with your time. You could be very busy with children. You could be busy with activities and things going on. And it's saying love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. All right. So yes, have a schedule of things that you want to do, things that you're going to enjoy, activities with children or whatever it may be here, but make sure that you have some boundaries in place. This is so that you look after your health and your well-being, okay? You can't burn the candle at both ends. So make sure your boundaries are in place. And this could be just simply, you know, removing yourself from triggering situations. Do what you have to and then remove yourself. Do only what you need to get by and to manage your schedule, but don't overdo it. Make sure that you're not having other people stealing energy from you or hanging around and bringing complexity into your life. Okay, you want to make sure that you're looking after yourself and that you give yourself adequate time and rest as well. And also just to be and to do your own things and spend time with your own friends and whatever the case may be. And then lastly, we have here Prince of Autumn, and also with the 5th house. And if you are having children or you're starting a family, this is going to be very, very important. Okay, by all means, having children and enjoying that and starting a family, all the excitement of pregnancy and things like that all comes in, but there's sensitivity here. Remove chemicals and situations and relationships which are harsh or triggering for you, because you now got another responsibility on board. Be careful with your diet, be careful with your activities, and bring in boundaries in where you need to, and so on. Now, somewhere in here, there may be a person who is represented by this card, Prince of Autumn, somebody who's dependable, protective, chivalrous, and humorous. Now, this could be you exhibiting these qualities, or you may need to bring these qualities in, but it could also be somebody coming in from a 7th house or a 5th house, so love affair or a committed partnership of some sort. So this person could very much be like this. These Prince of Autumn is not a fast-moving you know, this person thinks about things very carefully, but it could also be applying this energy to your situation. So cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, kindness to others. Okay, slow moving energy, always got a plan, everything planned and sorted out, strategy, but very dependable, very protective and humorous. All of these qualities are represented here, 5th house and so on, and being responsible as well. This person you can depend on. So if this is you, then make sure that whatever you're tackling at this time, that you are being cautious, looking at details, and a kindness to others will always help you in some way, shape or form, especially if children are involved. Okay. All right, Sagittarius, hope you enjoyed that. Please take care, and I will see you next time.